at least on this issue, um, to blame the Security Council is, I would say, a bit unfair. The reason is very simple, that, you know, outside for decades and decades and decades, you had the biggest powers, trying to bring peace to that region, and they have not only not brought it, but it has become progressively worse after 70 years. So I think if the big powers are not able to bring that peace and security to that region, what is Security Council going to sit and do on this? But in the midst of all this, interestingly, some of the important markers for how you can get to that peace has been the resolutions passed by the Security Council. So it has played a part. And as I said, the last one was in 2016 when they went again. They were against the Israeli settlements in the West Bank and other areas. So therefore, the Security Council has a role. There is no doubt about it. But what I also found when I was, PR to the UN, and we were in the Security Council when I was there, we used to have monthly discussion on the Palestinian issue. So it came every month, and inside the council, you know, all those all the countries made all the appropriate noises. They said all the right things, and on the Palestinian issue. But at the same time, between 21, 22, if you look at outside the council, something very different was happening. This push for normalization, which was, we have discussed it, it is absolutely important and necessary. But at the same time, they were increasingly downplaying or ignoring the Palestinian cause. So in the council, you said all the right things. And, if you read any of the statement, none of the statement you can take any offense to, including the United States, which used to condemn settlements in the council. But outside, exactly the opposite was happening. And, then particularly with the current government in Israel, you had, the killing of 250 Palestinians were killed just this year, and many more were killed over the years. So, therefore, there is increasing divergence, which was what is happening. Countries, I think, used that as an outlet for people to say whatever they have to. So I think what happened is a reflection of the paralysis which the Security Council has come to. But that said, what is interesting about the Brazilian draft and the vote, which you have seen, is that you had 14 out of the 15 countries either voting for the draft or abstaining, so that you don't obstruct the adoption of the draft. So the only country which used its veto was the United States. So therefore, now you know how the real world outside looks, because this was really this thing. I'm not talking about the Russian draft, which also got voted out, but that's basically because a lot of other issues get into a Russian draft at this juncture. And but here, I think this was Brazilian draft was a draft which was eminently worth, I would say, working on. Even if there are some reservations on one or two issues, they were worth working on, and then at least sending a statement which the international community feels. But the United States felt that this was not the right time to do it, and so there it is. So let's on the one hand, not treat the Security Council too harshly on this issue. But secondly, we should also understand that 14 out of the 15 actually agreed, or at least did not disagree with the draft which was being presented. And I think that's reasonably significant. And it also shows now where the onus is to take this conflict or the unfolding conflict forward.